Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about this tire right here, the Terrene Yippee Ki Yay. I got this tire about 6 months ago, towards the end of last winter. I reached out to Terrene, they gave me a little bit of a deal to give these a test and to do a review for it. So I've already released my first impressions and they're mostly focused, it was basically a snow review. So you can go check that out. But this is going to be about what it's like on dirt. And to be honest, that's probably what these tires are more aimed at. So let's get into it. Let's go for a ride. We're here in Pipestone. This is more of a moto area, so it's actually really good on a fat bike. Mountain bikes are okay on it, that normal tire, but really fun on a fat bike. So let's get to it. So on snow, I really like these tires. That's what you'll find in that video I talked about. They are grippy as the day is long and corner well and everything great on snow. Do well in loose conditions. And also I think that's partially the size. They come in the 27.5 by 4.3. Essentially, that's the same story on dirt. I feel extremely confident on them. They're, sorry, I lost my focus for a second. I had to pay attention to what I was doing. I actually don't know where this trail goes. Gotta head down right here. This is a good test though, because this area is very loose and rocky, very sandy. Oh gosh, I am just going in circles apparently. I'm riding all of this blind, so I have no idea what it's like. But do this, I could totally just stop if I wanted. It grips so hard. Woo! That is a big old rut. Okay, pretty pressing out of that. Woo! If I had to compare these to anything, it would definitely be the Nates. I do think they roll a tad bit better though. And this real hard packed stuff, it's not obviously like the fastest, but then you hit like little deep sections and I don't know if I care because I don't wash out at all. I mean, there's definitely a penalty on the uphills, but you're on a fat bike, so there's always kind of a penalty. So before these, I had the cake eaters for a very long time, and I actually did not really like them. They had decent traction, like accelerating and everything like that, but when it came to braking traction, it was horrible. Woo! Like, really bad. I also ran the Minions for a while too, the FBR combo, and in 27.5 by 3.8, or maybe it's 4, and these are pretty comparable to those, to be honest, except bigger. Yeah, man, it's easy to hit the berms, and this trail is called Happy Place, and I see why. It's pretty fun. I remember when I switched from the cake eaters to the Minions, I was going down a trail and I just could not believe how much better they were at braking. It could be, I did run the cake eaters most of the time with, they were both facing like the forward direction. And I know that makes a big difference, obviously. This one is set to front and rear, so the rear tire is the reverse of the front. That definitely helps with the braking, but even when I switched the cake eaters around, just still, braking was not great. I think I'm going to attempt this. feeling pretty decent. It says it's a double black, which is pretty gnarly. I haven't scouted it out, so who knows. I don't know if I'm on the right trail. I feel like I'm out of the worst of it. Woo! Just ate a bug. But that was fun. Fun trail. One reason I know I really like these and that they've got tons of traction, both in loose conditions and in braking, is because I'm a lot more willing to try things than I otherwise would be. I'd be nervous more since I'm by myself. I haven't ridden that before. I tend to be a fairly conservative rider, so I don't know. I am way more willing to try stuff on these tires because I know how helpful they are. Wow, that is a view right there. That's what you call that. So I guess if you want a fat tire that just gives you loads of traction, does good in snow and in dirt, soft conditions especially, I feel like this is a tire for you. You will have a traction penalty for sure. There's no getting around that. But other than that, like, it's a fun tire for sure. It's just fun and it's big. I think that's part of the funness of it, just how big it is. I've ridden the 4.5s, 27.5 by 4.5. Those are extremely large. I mean, they're still pretty fun, but I don't know. This is almost more fun to me because it's not so big. All right, so I'm back in my truck, and I thought I'd just give the TLDR of this video. Basically, I would say this is a very good tire. Really like it. I think it's great in the snow. It's great on dirt, especially loose stuff. Just tons and tons of traction. That can be too much for some people. I think some people will find that. If you don't love the Surly Nate or some of these more aggressive tires, you probably aren't gonna like these. You might be more into some of those really faster rolling tires like the Jumbo Jim or the Cake Eaters even. I also think they made a really good choice on the tire size. 4.3 I think is a great new size. I'm really glad that this has started to pop up in the last several years. I think that it's a good middle ground between the 4.0 and the 4.5 in the, at least in the 27.5 wheel size. I haven't ridden the 26 by 4.3s that I know Surly has come out with and some other brands. But I do think that's a good middle ground. It's big enough to still give you float in soft conditions, but it's also not massive. I've been overwhelmed by like a 5-inch tire, especially on a wider rim, or even, you know, the 4.5s. Again, they're just really big. So I don't know, I think they did a really good job on the tread pattern, on the tire size, really good combo. I highly recommend it. I don't have a code or anything, but if you're considering these tires, go for it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and let me know down in the comments what you think of this tire, or what's your favorite fat bike tire, you know. Let's get some recommendations out there. I think everyone's always kind of looking and wondering what everyone's riding. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.